Hello. Please inquire my Instagram and or TikTok if you like toy photography. That's right. Your boy's in the game. The toy photography game, that is. And you can be a part of the legend that is the Nintendo by following me on Instagram or TikTok. That's at the Nintendo. Please follow me. Alright, baby boys, we are back with first review of the year, Shfiguarts Gamerverse Cyclops. And I bought this with the Christmas money I received. That's right. Package looks cool, same as always. I'm not really worried about the package though. Let's actually just get into the figure. Here's the side, here's the top, Gamerverse. I know I said let's get over it, but yeah. I'm excited for this one. Let's crack it open. I already big cracked it open, low-key. Alright, so first it has this cardboard cutout in the back. That was the back of the box, and they're kind of already folded up for you, so you can just stand them like this. We'll probably just leave these in the back, low-key. So you can have his optic blast effect, his level 1 hyper level, whatever you want to call it. It looks pretty cool. I'm not really into it that much, but hey, it's something kind of new, right? So I'm gonna try to be quick with these accessories. He comes with these 4 sets of hands right here. He's got a bit of a kind of a fan down hand, a grip, like a angry hand. He's got 2 kind of karate chop hands, and then 2 I would just call those like finger guns, but they're for the side of his mask. And then he comes with this extra visor that has a little red like a little like energy effect going on. Then he comes with these 2 extra faces. They do pop off. You got the screamy face, but they have these visors that you put on for the optic blast. Bam. So that's one of them that has a little effect on the end. And then he's got another one that has the more of the grrr face. And then this optic blast is just a straight beam. So that's very nice. Very nice. And then he comes with these 2 extra neck pieces, which I think are for different sets of articulation. This one has a bit of a more open area, maybe for different range. Maybe I don't really know what they're actually for, but he's got them. So yeah, if anyone knows what these are for, let me know in the comments, because I do not know. That's all his accessories right there. That and then a little cardboard cutout. Here is the Cyclops out of the packaging. He's a pretty decent figure, I'm not gonna lie. He's got a nice little hair sculpt. I like the way they did that. It looks kind of like blowing in the wind almost. Pretty nice. I do like the face that they use. He looks great. That Jim Lee style. Kind of want to get a soft goods jacket for him, just so I could have him in his little flight jacket, pilot jacket. The belt kind of like is a little floating piece, but he's got the nice strap that goes across. Not a lot of shading on him. There is shading in the muscle areas. A little light blue here, dark blue in the thighs right here. He's caked up on a Friday night, so that looks pretty good. The muscles are all nice and thick. Feet looks great. I like the yellow they used on him, kind of like on the golden side, not super bright, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. This is a pretty nice figure. My issues come with the articulation. We can get into now. So he looks up that much, looks down that much, with of course the assistance of the neck. The neck moves around quite a bit. Like I said, you can replace the neck, and I don't know what they're actually for, but yeah, he's got this butterfly joint that comes out. Not too much, so that's kind of whatever. I like how they kind of tried to hide it with the sculpt. Arms go up, but it leaves this oh god, excuse me. It leaves this kind of ugly gap right here, but if you're posing it, you're probably not going to notice it. Obviously, it rotates all the way around. Got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and it looks okay. It looks alright. That looks kind of bad, but yeah. We got wrist rotation, of course, and a hinge that goes up and down, which is pretty good. This is where my real issues come into play. His torso isn't not that good. Like, that's him as far back as he goes. Like, that thing is not moving. It can move side to side a little bit. I think they did it because this is here, but what they could have done was just sculpted this, maybe how they kind of do with the Marvel Legends, where they sculpt it onto the parts and then let it kind of like free form. But I don't think they were into that idea, so because it is connected to the waist, it's not connected to the belt, it's connected to the actual sculpt of the figure. So that kind of sucks. That's probably like the biggest. That's kind of probably the worst part about it. It does rotate a little bit. There is no waist movement either, which really sucks. Like, it rotates up here, so that's a bit of a bummer. The legs go out this far. They go back pretty far as well. It looks kind of janky when you do that, but you know, you can do it, so that's cool. Legs go out almost a full split, and there's not a lot of things hanging down there, so that looks pretty good. Got a thigh cut. It rotates, but because of the way the sculpt is, it's not, I think you go really far with it, but you know, you don't need to be having bow-legged or anything. Double jointed knees. Then we have no boot cut, but it does rotate at the ankle. It does go up, down quite a bit. This is kind of ugly too with this little gap right here. I'm not a too big fan. And these like metal pins, that's not really great. But he's got the ankle side to side, so that's cool. And then toe articulation. So yeah, decent fig. Kind of a bummer for the price. I paid like $100 for him. 100 after tax and shipping, it was like 120. So you know, it's cool for what it is, but I wish it wasn't so expensive. So I actually put on one of the alternate necks, and this one like goes into place like this. It doesn't move. Oh shit, the hair fell off. But it doesn't actually move. It just kind of stays in this one spot. So you could have him like in a crouching, kind of leaned in look. Why did his hair fall off? Hold on. He looks hella stupid. Eek. So that's how one of the necks is. Let's try it on the other one. But it's like in a perpetual, like kind of crouching, lowered position. So I put on the other neck. Whoa, the flash is on. So I put on the other neck, and it's kind of the same thing. It doesn't have, like, the way it's put in, it doesn't really move that much. You can only move it side to side, and it's meant to keep, I'm guessing, to keep the neck steady so that he can look up in the sky and shoot his blast. One thing that I'm really annoyed with is look how easy this comes off. I didn't really shake it that much, and it comes right off. So that's one of the bigger issues with the figure, is that excuse me, you want to have this thing on, but it falls off pretty quick because it's kind of too heavy. So yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, and here are some of the other Gamerverse figures I have. I got the Psylocke, I got the Captain America and Venom 2-pack. And as you can see, Venom's kind of huge. She's actually, let me go back to back with these guys so you can see. They look pretty much the same height. He looks a little bit taller, but their shoulders are kind of at the exact same plane. They look about the same height. And then he's a tad bit shorter than the Captain America, or he's actually a lot shorter, which it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, he's a short king, so I don't think he's gonna be able to fudge well with your other Marvel Legends. Did I say fudge well? I meant mesh well. I don't know. So he is a tad shorter than the Marvel Legends Cyclops, but he actually is taller than this Wolverine. So I think if you don't have a Cyclops, this might work for your collection. It might. Maybe. Then I wanted to get him next to Jean Grey really quick. I think this kind of works. I think if you don't have the other Cyclops, this makes, I mean, he's significantly taller. Let me see. Yeah, like he's got like a whole ½ inch over him from what it looks like. This is a great figure, by the way. I mean, if you have this one, I don't really see the point in getting this one. I got it because I like to do the reviews. I like to pretend like people watch my stuff, so I bought it for the review. But you know, I had this one. This is what's gonna be on the shelf. This is probably just gonna stay in box until I get more Figuarts like X-Men, if they decide to make more. But I mean, shit, it works. I think this is okay. Like they're the same height. I mean, you can make it happen. He's taller than Wolverine, you know. So I think that counts for something. And then for the last comparison, here he is next to the Jada Toys Ryu. I don't have the Storm collectibles, but I mean they're in scale with each other. They look the same height. He actually might be a little bit taller. I'm going off the shoulders here because the shoulders don't really line up. It looks like his is a little bit taller. And then of course we have D-Art's Mega Man X classic figure right here. Mine's broken, obviously. I feel like everyone's is at this point. They need a new. Someone needs to come out with a good Mega Man Zero. By the way, I need one. Mega Man Zero, Mega Man X. I need a Mega Man Zero too. That'd be great. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so final verdict on this guy. Very solid figure. I do like it a lot. I'm glad I got it, but at the same time, there are a couple things that I'm not really the biggest fan of. Like the ab crunch is not really the best. Not a big fan of how the visors fall off super easy. And for $100 you would think that would click in, or something kind of more like how the new Dragon Ball Z figures are, where the faces just kind of click up into place. And same with the Naruto figure. Some of them like click in, or you put it on the hair and then put in. This is more secure. I understand that this is just on the eyes, but the fact that these, especially these heavier ones, like they should have made them so they click in. So that kind of sucks. So my final rating on this guy, he doesn't scale well with your Marvel Legends if that's what you were getting him for. But I mean, why would you? You know, why would you get a 1/12 scale figure for a Marvel Legend, which is pushing a 7-inch figure? I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Oh, if my rating wasn't clear enough, I suggest that if you're a Marvel Legends collector, I mean, I would steer clear of this, but if you're looking for like a nice little Cyclops, you don't want to pay for the Mayfex, even though they're probably the same amount at this point. Actually, the Mayfex might be a little more expensive, but this is a cool pickup if you're just getting into X-Men, or if you're just getting into Shfiguarts, or if you're just trying to get that Marvel vs. Capcom look. This is it. But if you're a Marvel Legends collector, I don't think it's really worth. I mean, it's a step up from Marvel Legends, but it just doesn't scale either. So you'd be buying it for it to just not fit in with your Marvel Legends. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Okay, let me know what you guys think if you have this. Let me know if you think I should have rated it higher. If not, tell me I'm dumb in the comments. Whatever you want to do, I'm here for it. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.